someone with that kind of charisma, like just going balls to the wall every second, every play, just trying their hardest to make something happen. And Mac Jones, obviously, he's not a runner. He's not any of that kind of stuff. So
yeah, I mean, he's kind of the Tom Brady mold of he's just a gunner.
Exactly. And don't get me wrong, that's nice to have and all, but you also need to you have to be able to run. You have to be able to get out of the pocket. You have to be able to make first down if needed. There's so many different things that you have to be able to do that I believe Malik Cunningham can do, or will have the potential to do better than Mac Jones. I mean, I think he'd just be able to get out of the pocket better, be a better runner overall. All you got to do is work on your arm a little bit, and you'll be better than Mac Jones. Me and you could go out there and throw a football better than Mac Jones sometimes.
Easy now. Don't disrespect the Mac Daddy. He's got it good.
I don't care about Mac Jones, though. Don't get me wrong. He's a good guy, good football player, but I wouldn't draft him if he was the last person to take. That's just me. That's me. He won't do anything in the NFL, I don't believe. But
probably not. There's a lot of good college athletes that you think have a lot of potential when they're in the NCAA. I think I talked in one past episode about basketball. You look at Christian Laettner or Tyler Hansbrough. Their collegiate career is amazing. Pro career is not so much.
Adam Morrison, the Gonzaga native.
And Matt Jones seems to be on that trajectory in the NFL. Bill Belichick's post-Brady career is just not going good at all.
Not at all.
Do you think he'll be able to resemble anywhere near his old success?
No. And that's the bad part is it was a lot to do with Belichick and stuff, but dude, it was Tom Brady out there throwing the football, making the plays happen. You can call the play, but he's got to make it happen.
How would you divide up the percentage of Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick as far as who was more responsible for the dynasty?
75-25 Brady, because he made most of the plays. Like I just said, he's the one making the plays. Belichick's just calling them. That's fine. That's a good play call. You're doing really good, but you're not making the play happen. You're just calling.
That defense, though.
Yeah, their defense has always been stupid.
But that's definitely where Belichick shines on the defensive end, which is probably why he hasn't had a good job drafting and picking quarterbacks since Brady's left.
Yeah. Well, you got to think about it. Mac Jones was the first quarterback they drafted when he left.
They signed Cam Newton, though, and that went horrible for both parties.
Well, Cam Newton's been a bum since he lost that Super Bowl with the Panthers, bro. Granted, though, you got to say this about Cam Newton. Cam Newton leads almost every statistic when it comes to running the ball or anything to do with rushing the football as a quarterback. He owns every statistic possible with that. And,
for now, Lamar Jackson's probably going to blow him out of the water with all of it.
100%. Lamar Jackson's going to be, I don't know if he'll be number one.
Who do you think is more important to the development of rushing quarterbacks? Michael Vick or Cam Newton?
No, Mike, fuck, are you stupid? That's I love you, dude, but that was the
I wanted you on the record.
I love it, but that is the dumbest question you've
How
ever
many
asked.
Super Bowls did Michael Vick make it to?
It doesn't matter about that. You didn't ask about Super Bowls. You said running the football. Mike Vick is the epitome of running the football as a quarterback. He is the quarterback who runs the ball. I don't care about nothing. Mike Vick is.
What was that game? Was it Madden 04 when Mike Vick running was a cheat?
Yeah, I literally just saw a tweet on this the other day. It was 4th and 39. I'm still running the ball with Mike Vick. I don't care. I was like, dude, that is so true. Because we used to play that game on that PlayStation or something. But
PS2.
Yeah. You could literally Mike Vick is. I watch his college NFL highlights just to get hyped up. If I'm having a bad day or something, 6 o'clock going to work, going down the road, I'll just have Mike Vick's highlights popped up. Oh, let's go. Gets me going. Gets me going.
Second greatest Atlanta Falcon of all time.
Who's the first?
Matt Ryan.
Yeah, you're right. Just statistically.
Yeah.
Statistically. But as a player.
If you're going by talent, Deion Sanders is number one.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't. Or maybe Julio.
No, fuck. No, he's not.
You don't think Julio?
No.
I like
Julio had a span of a few years that he was really, really good. And I was like, yes, he's doing amazing. And they just stopped. He just fell off. It was like, bro, what are you doing?
He got hurt. He was tough to watch on Tampa Bay with Brady. I was really hoping that pan out. He could have a career resurgence, but that was not what ended up happening. They were pitiful. And he's on his way out, I feel like, of the league.
Heck yeah. Shout out Taylor, Bubba. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you checking in on us. First live stream ever. This one goes out to you boys. Kudos. But yeah.
For sure.
Anyway, back to Julio, dude. It was when he got hurt after he caught that ball over Luke Kuechly. You remember that? I think it was like 2013 or 14. But he just right over him, runs in the end zone. Puts his head down, dude. That's when I was like, all right, Julio Jones is legit. And then after that season, it was like nothing, absolutely nothing. Like, bro, come on, I need you to do something here. And we're like, all they had to do the Super Bowl year was score a touchdown, score one touchdown in the second half. That's all you have to do. What do they do?
I mean, that Super Bowl meltdown is probably the biggest disappointment and biggest choke job of all time.
That's why,
if I had to say so.
That's why it's hard for me to I don't know, picking the number one overall Falcon and all that kind of stuff is so hard. Just because the bad taste I have of 2016, it makes me not even want to put anyone from that team in that category just because of how much hate I have against them.
I mean, you could say that about the '90s Braves, though.
But they came through.
They won once.
It doesn't
How
matter.
many times did they choke?
At least they won once. At least they won. They didn't get all the way there, blow a freaking 25-run lead, and that's just.
Speaking of the Braves and 20-run leads, they just whooped up on the Mets.
Yes.
Was it 21-3?
21-3. I think it was a doubleheader yesterday. So 21-3 first game, and then 7-something the second game. But yeah, our bats are fine. And dude, shout out to Allen. I forgot his last name.
With a pitcher.
It starts with a W, but he's a substitute teacher. 7 scoreless innings. It was 7 scoreless innings, something like that. But he it was very, 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 very good performance out of him. We needed that because Braves last few series, they went to Chicago, lost the series to the Cubs, went to the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are one of the worst teams in MLB, lost that series. Then they go to New York and just absolutely put a hurting on the Mets, and that was A1 to watch.
That would suck so much in the game one of a doubleheader when you get beat 21-3. It's why even bother coming out for game 2?
Yeah.
Can that just count as both?
I'm a New York fan. I get tickets to both games. 21-3. After the third inning, it's 7-0.
It's how about we just divide that in half and say they beat us 10-1 the first game and 10-1 the next game?
Yeah, whatever. Something, dude. It just got to a point where, it had to be in the 5th, 6th, not 7th or 8th inning, I'd say, when it's 20-3 or 20-2. How do you just physically sit there and watch that game? As a Mets fan?
Were they at home, the Mets? I'm surprised
they were in New York.
Did they get booed?
No, I haven't paid
If I was a Mets fan,
sure
they probably did. Those are a tough crowd.
Dude, and I wanted to say something, too. The Mets are they're absolutely in shambles right now, and it's amazing to watch. But I don't know if anybody's familiar with Barstool Sports. Obviously, I'm sure everyone is. But they have an employee there named Frank the Tank Fleming, who is the biggest New York sports fan ever. And the Braves live so rent-free in this guy's head that Alex Anthopoulos, the GM for the Braves, actually sent him a piece of paper and a letter in the mail. He now owns stock in the Atlanta Braves just because of how big they're trying to troll him pretty much. Yeah. And so they sent him that, and he owns X amount of percentage in the Braves. And he literally looks at it and he goes, dude, it's from the freaking Braves, bro. I can't do this. And he's like, what is it? And he's like, oh, at least I can make decisions now. I have stock in the team. He started trying to make trades and stuff. It was so funny, dude. But when you're doing so good like the Braves do, or have been this season, you can literally just live rent free in a lot of people's head. That's how you do it right there. That's the
World Series is theirs to lose right now.
100%. I don't think anybody in the National League will beat them. I just don't see it.
Phillies might if they can keep throwing no hitters like they did the other day.
He got lucky. I can't stand the Phillies. I hate Bryce Harper sometimes, but I like Bryce Harper sometimes. He's cool. I hate he got ejected, dude. The umpires, this MLB season, the umpires have been complete dog duke and a half, dude. It's bad.
Who do you consider to be the Braves' biggest rival? Not right now, just in our lifetimes. The Phillies or the Mets? I'd have to say the Phillies. I know historically it's the Mets because of the 90s and all that.
Well, I was going to say the earlier 2000s when we were growing up and stuff, it was the Phillies. Because
Ryan Howard, Jimmy Rollins, Chase Utley, all those guys.
Well, it was just those teams were always, you knew every year they were playoff bound. So that's, as long as you could keep up with the Phillies, then you had a chance to make it to the playoffs in the wild card. But now, Dude, I don't know. We like you just said, this whole entire season is ours to give up. It's ours to lose. It's ours to mess up. Whatever we want to do. But I think we're in a spot now that we have so many veterans, but also so many young guys who just they mold together so well. It's insane. It's fun to watch too.
Yeah. Now to backtrack back to the NFL. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers just started his career with the New York Jets in the preseason. Got a big win. Jordan Love just started with the Packers. Got 46 yards and a touchdown.
Yep.
How do you think the season's going to go for either one of them? I think Aaron Rodgers on the Jets, he's kind of like Chris Paul on the Suns. This is his last best chance.
I think it's more or less like I don't think all this hype that comes with the Jets, having Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson, and whoever, all the wide receivers, Mecole Hardman. But they were talking about in Hard Knocks and training camp and all that, how Aaron Rodgers is already frustrated with the way they're playing and like how they had the joint practice with another team. I think it was Carolina or Houston. I can't remember which one it was, but it was Carolina. And they had preseason like football practice against them. Man, 2-minute drill. They didn't even score. They didn't get down the field. Aaron Rodgers got off the field, and like one of their linemen said something, and they jogged to each other. And then after the practice, pretty much the media was like, "Man, Aaron Rodgers is frustrated already. He doesn't even like his offensive line isn't helping him. His defensive line isn't doing anything. Like, bro, it's preseason. It's preseason." Yeah.
I think Aaron Rodgers just gives off the very abrasive personality.
He's a dick.
That's one way to put it.
He's a dick.
So he doesn't let his emotions hide behind any type of veil. He's just going to let it all hang out, which gives the media a lot of stuff to dissect. But at the end of the day, he's still Aaron Rodgers. I'm sure the Jets will do fine. I'm predicting them right now. This was really early, but first round playoff out.
If they get that far.
I think Aaron Rodgers is still good enough right now to guarantee you a competitive spot in the playoffs. Not competitive, but like make the playoffs. Yeah. And the rest of their talent's good enough where I think they'll make it. I just don't see them going far.
Dude, if the Jaguars play anywhere like they did last season, they're going to be insane too. I don't know.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. We were talking about the Jets, but Jaguars got brought up because I think they're in the same division. But anyway.
No way.
Yeah, it's like the NFC.
Jets and the Jaguars? How is New York and Jacksonville in the same?
They're in the AFC.
So that's conference, not division.
Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, I don't know, dude. I really don't I don't know if the Jets are going to make it in the playoffs this year. Like, I can't physically put a prediction on it or say what they're going to do because I genuinely I don't know yet. Like, it's so hard to put that out there right here. And if I say something, the exact opposite's going to happen whenever. But
it comes time.
Yeah, but it is what it is. I don't see the Jets. I don't know. I don't know. They might make it. They might not. But.
Do you think Aaron Rodgers will beat Aaron Rodgers this year, or do you think he's going to start declining?
It'll be like week 12. Week 11, and you'll see he'll have a little bit of a good start, and then week 11, week 12, and then he'll just plateau and stay. Week 15 through 17 or 18, he'll just stay the same, and it's going to be hard for them because they have so many different weapons and options that when you have too many weapons and options, it gets hard to choose who you're going to which one you want to go to, how you're going to get to them. Can't pick and choose favorites, but I think Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson, they're a pretty good combo together, like wide receiver, quarterback duo, but I just don't know if they're going to be physically able to make it to the playoffs this year. I don't know.
You're predicting an injury.
I'm not. Maybe. I don't know. I just don't see them making it as far as most people are hyping them up to.
I'd say if peak Aaron Rodgers is a 5 out of 5, I'm projecting he'll be like a 3.8, 4 out of 5 this season.
You're giving him some
credit, or
you're riding him, aren't you? No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I mean, I get it. He's badass. Like he deserves all the hype. I mean, he showed every reason why he deserves it. But I think there's only one quarterback who could play Father Time, and that was old Brady.
Yeah, and even Father Time started beating him like a fiddle last year.
Dude, are you kidding me?
Can you think of an athlete who never got beat by Father Time?
No.
I can only think of one. That's Bill Russell.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
I'm trying to think. Tim Duncan, if he would have retired a year earlier, he could have went out saying he beat Father Time. But Kobe, he definitely got his butt kicked by Father Time.
Mm-hmm.
He got that Achilles tore by Father Time.
That's true. I didn't even think about that one.
Yeah, it's really
I'm trying to think of I don't really know too many.
Didn't Dan Elway retire after winning the Super Bowl?
John Elway?
Yeah, I got him and Dan
Marino. That was awesome.
Yeah, John Elway.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
him and Shannon Sharp together were awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure by that point he was kind of getting carried like Peyton Manning in 2016.
Sure.
But
sure.
Still, I think if you winning the championship, you can't say you got beat by Father Time.
No, not at all.
Except for Peyton Manning, because that year he was kind of bummed. That was the defense.
I mean, he did hold the record for most passing yards in the season, or of all time, something like that. That one season that he won the Super Bowl and then he retired. You know what I'm talking about? Really? I looked that up real quick. Because I know for a fact that he did something his last season, but it was like what was it?
Yeah, he hit 51 touchdowns.
Yeah, most touchdowns in a single season.
Okay, so maybe we can add Peyton Manning to the list. Derek Jeter, last game in Fenway, walk-off. Yeah, and it's hard to beat Father Time. And especially, it's just the ego that comes along with being a top-tier athlete. Mm-hmm. You always think that you can keep performing at the level you're at until you don't.
Right. I mean, it's like, I feel bad because I wanted to say Chipper, but then you got to think like his last season, dude.
That was kind of rough.
I felt, shoot, goodness gracious. But he got screwed. The playoffs that year, they called it the infield fly rule, and the ball was in the middle of the
against the Mets too of all teams.
That was against
that was the Mets.
No, it was the Cardinals.
I could have swore it was the Mets.
We played the Cardinals that series. TBS.
What about Pujols?
Yeah, you got to give it to him too. I mean, Miguel Cabrera, now that you say that, he just passed Robin Yount, 19th all-time, sole place, and 19th of 3,000 and some change hits.
Nolan Ryan?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's mostly, it seems to me, like baseball players.
Right.
If anybody's going to have longevity, it's going to be the baseball players.
Right.
But, so you were saying that you think that Aaron Rodgers is going to be a part of one of the best QB wide receiver duos. What are you expecting out of Lamar Jackson and Odell?
Oh,
I don't think Odell is going to be able to stay healthy.
I think it's going to be fun football. I think the hype that the Jets have right now should be placed over Baltimore and showered all over them. I think the Baltimore Ravens this season are going to explode. Bro, I'm telling you, Lamar Jackson got paid. He got a wide receiver in there. They got KJ Dobbins at running back. Their defense, they lost Calais Campbell, but that's fine. Falcons got him. I'll take it. Which I think he played with the Ding. I don't even know if he was on Baltimore when they got him, but I think he was. But anyway, their defense is going to be rugged. Kind of feel bad for them on that, but they're going to have the number one offense, in my opinion.
I'm calling a second round out.
No, they're not making the playoffs. They're just going to be like.
You don't think?
No, they're just going to be explosive. Like that's what I meant by like they're going to be insanely good. There's just offensive wise, they're going to be. They probably won't punt. I would say half as much as like any team in the NFL this year. They will not, just because like it's going to be hard to not get first downs when you have Lamar Jackson, KJ Dobbins, Hollywood Brown, Odell. Like I just said earlier about the Jets, when you have so many different options and weapons, knowing how to use them and how to utilize them. That's just what Baltimore's going to have to do.
So then, why don't you think they're going to make the playoffs?
Just because they're like you gotta have defense. Like you can't just go out there and put up 35 points a game and then give up 40 points a game.
So you think their defense is gonna ruin it for them?
Trash? Yeah, their defense is trash. But they're gonna be explosive. I believe. I really think they're gonna have an explosive offense. It's just they're not gonna be able to do shit. They're gonna just give up so many different. I guess. How would you explain it? They'll give up so many more points than what they'll put up, but they'll also put up so many points. It'll kind of be hard to beat them to an extent. Does that make sense?
Not at all.
Like
I get what you're
they'll
saying.
put up so many points, but they'll give up so many points that like when you give up so many points and you put up so many, it's like hard to. I don't know how to explain it to like where.
So you think they're gonna be mid?
I mean, they'll be their offense will be amazing, I believe, but their defense will be trash. Making the team, yes, they won't be. It won't compensate for each other. They're not going to make it as far as.
All right.
But I wish the hype would be put on them because I really think that it's going to be fun backyard football.
I hope so. I hope Odell can stay healthy enough to make it fun. I just don't see it happen. He's kind of at the point where he's every little nicker tears.
After he got hit in the head by that goalpost thing, the field goal thing in New York that time, he just hasn't been the same player. But who knows, bro? I hope he comes out there and puts up 15 touchdowns, 2,000 yards. That'd be sick.
That'd be awesome. Matt Mahomes actually just predicted a Chiefs three-peat. I can't say follow him there, but I do like to see confidence.
Well, really, they haven't lost anybody or given up anybody, so, I mean, that's just pretty much the same team coming back.
Yeah, but it's just math. Like, when was the last – or, like, statistics. When was the last time a team three-peated? I don't think – not three-peated, but went back-to-back. 2004-05?
Give me – let's see, August, September. Give me 5 months, and I'll get right back to you on that. When them dogs go three-peat, baby.
Not a shot.
And then we'll go back to this stream and say, so who do you think was the last whatever? I'm going to say, hey, baby, how about them dogs, baby? How about
Dog's going to get put down.
Who's that coming down the tracks? And
I don't know about who, but somebody's going to get him. Same thing with the Chiefs. I mean, I just said they've had a lot of long seasons the last 5 years. Somebody's going to get hurt. Something's going to mess it up. I just hope not Patrick Mahomes because he's my fantasy quarterback.
Yeah. Hey, so where's our chat at? Can you see the chat? Oh, no, you
can't
see
right here. Nobody sent anything.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. That is awesome. But yeah,
what are they saying?
They're just talking. But oh, dude, yeah, and thinking about Father Time. We were talking about this and goes out to Taylor good stuff. He said Vince Carter.
Absolutely not.
I knew that's what you would say.
Not. Vince Carter was dog water the last
when he played for the Hawks. He had a corner three one time. He starts running down the court and the ball was already halfway down the court. And he's like, running back to the basket, catches a ball, cherry picks. I'm like, let's go Vince. Let's go Vince.
The one thing I can say about Vince Carter is of all the people to be able to have a second career as a six-man bench player, it should not have been Vince Carter.
Yeah.
Like, you would have never thought the athletic, like hyper-athletic guard who can't really shoot.
Hey, I will say one thing about Vince Carter, though. If you ever see this stream for some reason and you want to play golf, you just let me know, buddy. We'll go play Bridge Mill any day of the week, twice on Sunday if you want to. I got a threesome and foursome, whatever you want to play with. Me and you will go if we need to, brother. I don't care. But we'll go play some golf in Bridge Mill.
I'm really liking him as an analyst, though. You know you're too old when you become an analyst while you're still playing. Because I remember his last 2 seasons, he would do playoff coverage for ESPN.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he does stuff with the Hawks now, like in Valley Sports and all that.
Yeah, I believe it.
Dude, that's where it's at, though. Like, having a great career and just being somebody that's known all the time in the NBA world or MLB world and then instantly retiring just to get paid to talk about what you were just doing for 20 years. Like,
I mean, Brady's getting paid, $10 million from Fox to be a commentator?
Yeah, I'm sure it's something stupid.
What are you thinking about Baker? He's taking Brady's spot in the old Tampa Bay.
I don't think Baker – no, they'll be trash. If the Falcons do not win this freaking division this year, I don't know if I'll ever be able to watch the NFL again. Like, this division right now, the NFC South, is so bad. So bad. You got the Saints, all they have is Derek Carr, Cam Jordan. And then you got C.J. Stroud over in you have Bryce Young in, where is it, Carolina?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Who does he have? Who are his wide receivers?
I have no idea.
They're supposed to be their defense is going to be sick. The Panthers are. But that's it. And then the Buccaneers, you have Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask as your 2 QBs. Like, if you're going to hype up Kyle Trask to be your starting quarterback in the NFL, you know for a fact that your team has absolutely zero chance of putting up 20 points a game. Impossible.
Would you consider Baker?
Oh yeah, Bryce Young does have DJ Moore. He came for the Bears, and dude, he is sick. He is like one of the best wide receivers in the game right now. I will give him that. Good shout out to you on that one. He helped me with that. I forgot about DJ Moore. They acquired him this offseason. Sick, nasty.
Can they not text their chats in the stream?
Not yet. They something's going on where they'll have to make accounts and stuff. They're kind of just like popped in. They don't have an account made or anything. But next stream they'll have it all set up to where they'll chat with us and the whole 9 yards. But they can see us, hear us.
Heck yeah.
Sorry, Millions. I don't mean to make you look bad. Sorry. I have a bad tendency of doing stuff before thinking about it.
He does. I can attest to that. But would you consider Baker to be somebody who was a great college player who kind of flamed out in the pros?
Yeah. Like, he had the hype up at Oklahoma and then when doing his thing in Oklahoma. Like
football 2.0.
I had a lot of respect for Baker Mayfield in college when they were playing Kansas. And the Kansas players didn't shake his hand, and he's on the sidelines. He's like, "You guys are a basketball team. Like, why are you even playing football?" And then the guys from across the sideline were like yelling at him, or whatever. And he just like sits there and he grabs it. He's like, "Dude, he just like blow me, bro." It was freaking hilarious. Yeah, but I don't like Baker Mayfield in the NFL now. It's not that I don't like him in the NFL. It's just he's all over the place. Like 1 minute he's bringing the Rams in a 2-minute drive in his first game with them to win the game. And then the next week, he's 1 for 19 with 3 interceptions and negative 14 passing yards. Like, how do you have negative 14 passing yards, dog? Like, come on. What are you doing? But, yeah, that's just the inconsistency that comes with Baker Mayfield's hard.
For sure. Now, moving on to basketball. FIBA World Cup's about to start. We whooped Spain today? Serbia. You start with an S, like 90-something to 60.
Luka Doncic and his team. We absolutely destroyed them. But, I mean, dude, FIBA, it's cool and all, but it's just when you put a bunch of no-names, I mean, not even no-names, but just like the middle tier, I would say, like the middle,
it's like the
decent tier of them.
It's like the young guns. Like you got Anthony Edwards, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, and that's pretty much it. Still a bunch of no-names.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a way that they could get more well-known players to do FIBA?
No. Like, if the NBA isn't going to pay these people to play the way what they want to be played, and FIBA, obviously, I'm sure they're making a little bit of money, but, like, they're not going to go out there and waste their summer not getting paid. They're just not going to waste their time doing stuff that's not going to make them more money, or they know for a fact they're going to go out there and win the whole thing. Because this European basketball is way different than any kind of American basketball. Those dudes, granted, we just killed Serbia today, but like those Europeans, when it matters, they play a whole different type of ball game.
See, I just wish more people would view FIBA not as a waste of my summer because I'm playing basketball for free, but look at it just a way to get yourself ready for the season, play against competition you don't usually play against, and just enjoy playing basketball, representing your country, and getting basically a free gold medal.
Dude, no athlete, besides the World Baseball Classic USA baseball team, no athlete gives a rat's about their country and supporting their country. You know that. They're there for the money. They're there for the money, and if they're not getting paid to go out all summer long and go jerk out and do whatever and then go play ball against some Europeans, come back to the hotel and then hang out. If they're not able to do what they want to do like that, then man, it's just sad.
Do you think the NBA, I don't even know if they're allowed to, but they could put in incentives like a extra financial boost if you do play for the Olympics or if you do
I'm sure
FIBA.
They do that. Like I mean, which I don't know, but I'm sure they would almost have to because I just don't see an NBA player making $20 million, $10 million a year, whatever it is going to waste their summer knowing that they could do their thing, spend time with their people, do their things to get paid and all that, work out on their schedule. And it goes more or less like what you were saying, why can't they just go out and represent their country and do the right thing? And like, why does it have to have this and that and that and this, all these incentives added? Like, why can't it just do, you're representing USA basketball. Like, this is one of the most prestigious things that we have. like, why would you not want to do that? It just blows my mind.
When you think of USA basketball, who do you think of first?
Well, the dream team.
Josh Hart or like Steph Curry? Like, it's just sad to see us not being represented by the best of the best. I know it's not a big deal.
Well, it's like more or less when you have Jalen Brunson and is your starting point guard, right? Or you could have Kyrie Irving as your starting point guard. It's like, why would I watch Jalen Brunson instead?
Kyrie Irving barely plays for the NBA.
Well, I'm just saying, it's not just Kyrie. I mean, any top tier, like Steph Curry. Like, why would he not go? Like, people like that. It's like, why would I watch Jalen Brunson go out there and break 0 for 5 from 3-pointers when I know for a fact I could be watching Steph Curry on YouTube at his camp going 9 for 9 from half court? Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, there's just, you got to look at it way different than what they are. People like our generation and stuff, when it comes to sports and basketball and baseball and all that whole 9 yard, if it's not hyped up by ESPN, it's not hyped up to this and that, it's not going to be even talked about in any kind of realm. It's never going to be talked about. And that's why FIBA, like, no one talks about it because no one hypes it up. No one brings this superstar potential, the media, the drama that comes with everything. That's why the NBA is so hyped up, because there's so much drama-filled bullshit going on. It's like, dude, it's almost like keeping up with the Kardashians. Like, what are
pretty
you?
much.
Like, good God, makes it.
It's like you can follow the NBA and not even watch a single game, just if you watch ESPN or Fox Sports every day.
Another thing too, like, it may not always just be. It's like, yeah, the Tate just said, it may not always be the player too. It may be the team who, like, it's like, yo, we're paying you this amount of money. We don't want you going out there and risking this or risking that to be injured and stuff. So, like,
I mean, I remember when Chris Paul was playing, or not Chris Paul, Paul George, and he got hurt on Team USA, and all of a sudden everybody just dropped out.
Oh, that was bad. You remember that?
I've seen the video. I wasn't watching it live, but
that was bad. I will never forget that. Like, he goes up, and when he's midair, it's like, oh, he's about to land on that goal. Oh, God. Oh, he landed on a goal? And then his leg just is like 90 degrees.
I was watching Gordon Hayward live when he snapped his ankle.
We were together when that happened, were we not?
No, I don't think so.
We were. Oh, Kevin Ware.
Yeah.
When Kevin Ware popped his leg out.
That was disgusting.
Oh, my God.
I just remember with Gordon Hayward, he did the ankle thing, and they just instantly cut the camera to Dwayne Wade crouched down praying.
Yeah.
And I was like, geez, something.
That was...
Because the Celtics were supposed to, like, go to the finals that season.
They're supposed to be
Them, Kyrie, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, like, that was going to be a nasty team, and that just did not pan out at all.
That did not happen. Yeah, you hate to see stuff like that, too, because not only is it just gruesome, it's like, bro, he has spent so much time, effort, money, like, putting in so much grind and work to get to that position, just for him to be on the main stage and all that, and it just, your leg gives out on you.
But I don't know, and I get not wanting to play to get hurt, but those same players who don't do FIBA because they're scared of getting hurt also do stuff like the Drew League, or they play pickups at UCLA all the time with LeBron, and stuff like that. So,
I mean, like the Drew League and stuff, that's a sentimental, like, that's always going to be something that, especially from people from the West Coast, more or less, like that's like Jamal Crawford up in Seattle. Every dude, DeJounte Murray, for example, like all those dudes that are from Seattle area and all that, they go play up there. It's like dudes from Atlanta coming down here and playing AEBL. Like, that's just like pickup ball. Like, I get what you're saying, but
and you could get hurt just as easily playing pickup.
You could get hurt walking down the road. Like, I mean, that's the risk you take. But I guess I don't know how they look at it, and I don't know what their mindset is. But the only thing I could think of when it comes to like the Drew League and those pickups and stuff is they know for a fact that they're not going to do. Or the guys are playing aren't going to do something to them that they don't. Like, they don't know what's going to happen when they're playing in FIBA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you never know what's going to happen playing in Drew Leagues and stuff. But they just feel like they have a better chance of not getting messed up. You know?
Yeah.
Just because it's kind of like pickup.
I guess if you feel like you're tearing something, you can just quit. Versus if you're in a game, you got
to keep going.
But that's just food for thought. I don't know. I would like to see a way for the league to fix it, to send our best people.
100%.
But Adam Silver's got so much to deal with. I feel like we're going to be stuck with a bunch of crappy FIBA World Cups probably the next 20 years.
Dude, 100%. There will never be another dream team Like,
Okay, people talk about the Dream Team. I think the 96 men's Olympic team was better. Like, the Dream Team looks good on paper, but if you think about it, Magic and Bird were old. Pippen and Stockton were young. Like, the names are there. They definitely are the best names ever assembled. But if you look at that 96 team, you got prime Shaq, prime Elijah Wan, prime Gary Payton. Like, everybody was just in their prime. I would take the 96 team over the 92 team. Do you know the roster for the 96 team?
no, not off the top of my head.
Yeah, let me pull it up for you just so you can weigh in better on this debate and look prime for prime.
I don't think it's going to change my opinion, brother.
It might.
Dude,
So, okay, the 96 team roster, you had Charles Barkley, Penny Hardaway, Grant Hill, Karl Malone, Reggie Miller, Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaq, Gary Payton, Scottie Pippen, David Robinson, John Stockton, and Mitch Richmond.
That's your stupidest take you've ever had in your entire life.
Because look at the age. Nobody on that team is above the age of 34, and nobody's younger than 23. Like, that's just pure prime basketball right there.
Yeah, but
if you look at the Dream Team,
the Dream Team was just...
You had Christian Laettner. You had Larry Bird, who's 35.
Oh, well, you had David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, Larry Bird,
Yeah,
Scottie Pippen,
hold
Michael
up.
Jordan,
Okay,
Clyde Drexler, Karl Malone, John Stockton, who was 4 years younger, Chris Mullin, who was sick, Charles Barkley, who was 4 years younger, and you had Magic Johnson. So, no, just because of Christian Laettner at the top doesn't...
No, okay, think about it, though. Who are you taking, Patrick Ewing or Shaq? David Robinson's pretty much the same. Like,
yeah, but if you have David Robinson and Patrick Ewing playing at the same time...
Okay, but Shaq and Hakeem Olajuwon?
Yeah, you got...
That was the same... 96 was like 2 years after Hakeem Olajuwon completely diced up Patrick Ewing.
But who's going to stop Bird, Magic, and...
Bird was 35. Bird's back was stopping him.
But he could shoot. It don't matter. He could be in a wheelchair. He could shoot.
No.
Yes, he
Bird
could.
was washed by
Bird could
92.
Shoot. Yeah,
absolutely
Bird
not.
could always shoot.
Let's look up Bird's 92
years
stats.
old. He could shoot better than both of us right now.
In 1992, Larry Bird was averaging 20 points a game. And he only played 45 games that season.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
45 games.
He was 35.
He played half the season.
But he still averaged 20. He's still going to give you that work.
Yeah, and you know who's gonna give him that work?
Please don't say
Mitch Richmond, Grant Hill, Penny Hardaway.
God,
you think Larry Bird?
Penny Hardaway was gonna work?
You think 35-year-old Larry Bird can keep up with Grant Hill and Penny Hardaway?
It's experience.
No,
the 92 team would have ran the floor with this 96 team.
Absolutely,
all because of experience and how much they played well together. That's just that's how it would have been. You know it too.
I would take 96. I think
we need to go on 2K and have we need to live
just put it on simulation.
We need to live stream it through millions and just have a simulation playing in the back. Whoever wins.
The only thing the 92 team has better than the 96 team is Jordan, which I'll give you. That's a lot, but I don't think it's enough to overcome.
That team was sick. You can't say they weren't. We're sick. What 96 team do?
They won the gold.
What 92 do?
Won the gold.
There you go.
I mean, they're both sick.
Yeah. What the 2000s team do? Not win gold. My luck.
That was 2014 that didn't win gold.
Oh, was it?
That's right. 2001.
Oh, okay.
2006 didn't.
Thank God.
Or 2004 didn't. Let's see who the 2000s team was. Let's see, because this would have been, you had Shareem Abdur-Rahim, Ray Allen, Vin Baker, Vince Carter, KG, Tim Hardaway, Allen Houston. These guys are absolutely getting destroyed by 96 and
Antonio McDyess. No way. No
Steve
way.
Smith. I need that.
Allen Houston.
Yeah. What happened from 96 to 2000?
That's scary right there.
Who was on 2004 that got?
Shout out my mom and dad. They're listening right now. My dad said Larry Bird's the man.
Oh, he's the man in his prime.
Love y'all. Yeah, that's. I mean,
shout out Don and JB.
Dude, I love so much debating about that kind of stuff because the way I always looked at it is experience beats a lot of things. Like, no matter what it comes down to, whether it's basketball, work, reading a book, it doesn't matter. Like, if you have experience in something compared to someone who's younger, but they're talented and they're good and all that stuff, when you have experience and you have
Who
like
you
that
taking?
chemistry.
Who would you rather have in 2002, Michael Jordan or Tracy McGrady?
Okay, see, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna say T-Mac, but it doesn't mean that Tracy McGrady, or it doesn't mean that Michael Jordan still wasn't like experienced. Like,
I'm not saying Larry Bird wasn't experienced, that he wasn't good.
But their rotation was more experienced. Like, they had that more chemistry than the '96 team would have. They were playing each other for almost 20 years.
No, they weren't.
Were they not? They started in
Larry Bird,
early '80s.
Like 13.
So yeah, okay, sorry, 15. Sorry,
Yeah,
15
I'm
years.
just saying, we're being accurate.
So for like 15 years, that's all they did was play against each other. And then those runs that they would have at UCLA and then LA and all that, dude, that kind of stuff.
Same argument not apply to the '96
It
team.
would, but I just don't think that the '96 team is as good.
Agree,
I just
disagree.
think that the older team, the '92 team, was just they had way more experience together.
But you just said that the reason the '92 team was better was because John Stockton and David Robinson were 4 years younger.
Oh yeah,
and more,
and that's fine. But they still, well, I'm saying as a whole, they had more experience together than the '96 team would have. That's what I think. They had more experience. Then, like, when you were putting these guys together for 15 straight years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're running every single season.
But some of those guys weren't together for 15 straight years.
Well, not every single one of them, but I mean the main majority of them. Like the starting five that's on that rotation right there on the '92 team. They played against each other for dang near 15 years. Every single run and open run they had was against each other or with each other.
But that same thing would apply to
would apply to the '96, but they just weren't as like the names on the rotation for the '92 and the names on the '96. The '92 team they're winning. You can't say that the '96 team will beat them. You can't say that. Like you gotta take that back. There's just no way you could think that. The Dream Team would not get beat by the '96 team. We got to do this. We got to simulate it now. We have to find a simulation.
We'll see.
We have to.
All right. Well, in real world, Marcus Smart just got traded to the Wizards, and Kristaps Porzingis is now on the Celtics.
Poor guy. Poor guy. Goodness.
It's sad to see. Marcus Smart, he's been pretty much the lifeblood of the Celtics for the last 5-6 years.
No credit for it whatsoever. It's all Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Talent's what gets the hype, not.
I mean, when you go to Duke and you're the face of Duke, and then you go into the league and then you're the face of your team. I mean, you're always going to get the hype like Jason Tatum did. So
what you going to do when you go to Wheeler? You're just going to get so hyped up that
you go to Cal and then you get $300 million every year for the next career.
I think Kristaps is pretty overrated by this point.
Oh, dude.
He had potential to be a great player.
What was it? His rookie year, he did good.
Yeah, he was a unicorn.
That was about it. Which, dude, that's what bothers me so much about people going to New York and playing is that. Like, once they have a stretch of, not even a season, they have a stretch of good games.
Insanity.
Yeah, like, they'll have a stretch of good games, and then it's like New York shows up, and then, oh my God, Madison Square Garden's filled every night to watch this guy. And the next season, they're like, dude, this guy's so trash. Why do we even like him?
Linsanity. Nobody has gotten farther on less than Jeremy Lin. They made a Netflix documentary about him.
He played for 4 or 5 different other teams for at least 6 seasons after that.
Yeah. He played for the Hawks.
Yeah, it's like, dude, that blew my mind.
He plays in China now.
Mm-hmm.
But how long did Linsanity last? Like a month or two?
Yeah, if that. A couple months.
Remember Insanity in March Madness?
Mm-hmm. That was awesome. Dude, I just can't believe that Marcus Smart is going. He has to play for the Wizards now.
That's like
after they traded Bradley Beal too. Like, he is literally going to be the only good player on that team, and I feel so bad for him. He doesn't deserve any of that.
There are certain teams, like, once you get sent there, your career is basically done unless you demand a trade.
Yeah.
Like the Kings, the Bulls.
Not the Kings. Not anymore.
You don't think?
No, the Kings are legit. They got De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis. Like, they're legit.
Maybe
they made it to the playoffs last year.
They did?
Yeah, they almost beat the Warriors. They got beaten in 6 games, 7
Okay,
games.
I retract the Kings from that.
No,
list.
you had every right to because they have always been like that. Like the last time they were good was 0-2 when Kobe and then went back to
Chris
back.
Webber.
Yeah,
That series is rigged.
dude, and shout out to what was it? Darius Miller and I can't even remember the other guy's name, but they have the Knucklehead podcast, a couple NBA vets, and they had on Mike Bibby the other day. And Mike Bibby was saying how he believed that the 2000, I think they were in 2000 or 2002, the Kings, that team was probably one of the best teams that's ever played. Like, if they wouldn't have got beat by Kobe and them in the Game 7, in the Game 7, he said they turned the ball over more times, missed more free throws, and the game went to overtime. He was like, dude, if we would have changed 3 different things about that game, we would have been easily one of the greatest.
I'm sure he'd have loved to have changed not getting elbowed in the face by Kobe.
Yeah, I know that hurt. Good God.
Have you seen Mike Bibby lately? He's huge.
Oh my gosh, bro! Like
if he would have been that muscled up when he was with the Hawks, he could have played center over Al Horford.
Dude, he was. It's scary now because like he looks just like a big old bullfrog, just like so yoked up. It's like, dude, what in the world is wrong with y'all?
No,
but yeah, it's rough.
I mean, I don't know. I think the Celtics, they're going to be mid.
Yeah, I mean it's always going to be the same few teams, and then some other teams will come in, and then it'll be them for a few years. And
so, last note of the day, James Harden has just said he's sitting out training camp with the 76ers. Has anybody pitched more fits with absolutely nothing to show for it than James Harden?
I don't think so.
Maybe Kyrie. No, Kyrie's got a ring.
Yeah.
I think it's not since he started pitching fits.
Right. Yeah, he got.
At least he can say NBA champion Kyrie Irving is sitting out of this training camp.
Well, he started acting like that after he won too. That's the bad part. Like he got a championship and completely like went from like the good guy to the villain ASAP. Like, dude, he switched up so fast. I don't think I've ever seen in sports a guy go from being so loved and like a champion to just next season. Dude, I hate this guy. Like, calm down, good Lord. But he has screwed himself so many times by just not shutting his mouth and just playing ball. That's all you have to do. Keep your mouth shut, play ball. That's all you got to do. And you're getting paid how many millions of dollars?
He thinks he's a philosopher.
Dude, I'd go out there and clean that floor with a freaking Kleenex for $1 million. Like, you give me his check, I'll go do what you want. You me jump on the raft.
Could you imagine a podcast with Kyrie and Kanye?
Yeah. I don't even think about that.
Imagine just like the philosophical weeds they would get into.
You know how cringy that was? Dude,
they'd be terrible. They'd say some of the most outlandish things known to man.
Golly. I wouldn't even know what to think about that. That'd be horrible.
Yeah. He'd get views, though.
Yeah.
Streaming on millions.
Yeah, dude. Kanye and Kyrie come to millions. That'd be crazy. But yeah, dude, I had a good time this first stream.
I had a great time. We're going to be doing it weekly. Look forward to seeing y'all in the future.
Yeah, I think next weekend we'll
every Sunday at 6 o'clock you can catch us here on Millions, or you can watch it the old way through Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, whenever it fits also, you're liking.
If Millions doesn't work by chance and like you can't get the stream or whatever to pop up, you're more than welcome to go to YouTube, right? And look up.
We're doing a joint stream on YouTube.
You'll be able to go to YouTube as well. If you can't find us on here, just go to YouTube, look up the water cooler. And I believe it'll be either show up as a live stream on YouTube or it'll have the live stream as soon as we're finished up and posted over there or whatever.
But sounds good. We'll catch y'all next time.
Have a good one. Appreciate you guys.